This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And welcome to a foggy Wednesday morning, 6 o'clock now. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for joining us, or rejoining us in that case as well.
So more fog again today, John Scalzi.
Yeah, you know, not much has changed in our atmosphere, so we're getting the same kind of weather again this morning that we got last morning, and we'll probably see the same thing again tomorrow morning. That is a first alert weather morning here on the Suncoast due to reduced visibilities because of the fog. We have a fog advisory up till 9 o'clock this morning. Visibilities have dropped below about a quarter mile in many locations, and the reason for that is sea fog that has rolled in from Gulf waters. That's why this fog advisory is only up for coastal regions. But listen, inland areas, you could still get fog forming this morning, no doubt about that. Visibilities kind of ebb and flow, come and go. In last half hour, we had Punta Gorda coming in with quarter-mile visibility. Now it's at 3, so you see how it can change pretty quickly, the situation out on the roadways in terms of any particular point on the map. It could be absolutely fog-free one moment, and then, you know, half an hour later the fog rolls in. So watch for that and allow that possibility in the back of your mind as you commute this morning. Satellite view doesn't show any large-scale systems headed our way. That's good news. Temperatures generally in the mid-60s everywhere you go, and our daytime high today will top out after the fog burns off, similar to yesterday, up near the 80-degree mark. We'll have the complete forecast for you, including some cooler weather, coming up in just a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. A little blip there at the top of your screen by the Ellington Outlet Mall as you head sort of east and north on 301 under the overpass there. Be aware of that little congestion spot. Farther south now into the northern half of Sarasota County, getting out of Lakewood Ranch. You might experience a delay right now as you approach the diverging Diamond. Otherwise, Clark Road, some problems there eastbound. South County, a little blip there around Tarpon Point. Otherwise, all clear at 6:02 on this Wednesday morning.
Our top story this hour. Just hours ago, the GOP finally passed their new tax plan, the first of its kind to go into effect in over 30 years.
ABC's Arlette Sines has details.
Shortly after midnight, a celebration erupted in the Senate.
The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is passed.
Republicans cheered as they passed the most sweeping tax overhaul in 3 decades. Their vote was met with protests. Democrats were outraged.
What a disgrace. That's what this bill is. It's an absolute disgrace.
Hours earlier, a similar scene played out in the House. Speaker Paul Ryan overjoyed as he gavelled in their vote. But shortly after, the GOP tax plan hit an unexpected procedural snag. The House will be forced to vote again today, but the outcome is not expected to change. Republicans are on the verge of handing President Trump his first major legislative win. But GOP leaders say they still need to make a sales pitch.
If we can't sell this to the American people, we ought to go into another line of work.
The bill gives the biggest tax cut to corporations. It permanently slashes their rate from 35% to 21%. Tax cuts for individuals will expire after 8 years, but Americans will see their standard deduction and child tax credit doubled. A new study shows Americans making $75,000 or less will face a tax hike in a decade, while wealthy Americans will continue to see a tax cut. The White House insists President Trump won't benefit personally.
The president will likely take a big hit, but on the business side, he could benefit. Priority number one being that it helps the American middle class.
President Trump says he'll hold a news conference at the White House after the House passes their bill. The president had hoped to sign the bill before Christmas, but the White House now says that may not happen until the new year. Arlette Sines, ABC News, Washington.
There was a last-minute wild card voting in favor of the new tax reform bill. Florida Senator Marco Rubio said he supported the plan now because it included the increased child tax credits that he was fighting for. In a statement last night, he said that people will benefit the most will be working American families. My priority, he says, for tax reform has always been to provide meaningful tax relief to working American families and ensure our nation is economically competitive.
And as expected, not everyone was in favor of the bill. Protesters blocked the entrance to the New York Stock Exchange yesterday. In protest of that, police arrested more than a dozen of those demonstrators. Now, those arrests followed a rally that drew more than 200 progressive activists and labor union members.
Because I think we should be investigating public higher education instead of giving tax cuts to the rich and corporations who don't need it.
As we told you, the bill has passed Congress early this morning. It could reach President Donald Trump's desk as early as today.
It is 6:05 right now, and 5 minutes ago, a meeting began in Manatee County.
It's a community meeting between the Bradenton Police Department and the members of the community. Our Marla Spence is live there now with the details of today's agenda.
Good morning to you, Stephanie and Ray. I'm with Josh Kramer this morning. The Bradenton Police are already here at Pine Brook Community in Manatee County, and they're about to start their meeting in just moments. As soon as everyone wakes up in this community, good morning to you.
Good morning.
So tell us, what is the whole purpose behind this community squad meeting?
Basically, it's to get into the neighborhoods to let the citizens know we're here. We're here all the time. They're here too, though. They're our eyes and ears. There's some very good neighborhood watch organizations in this community between Pine Brook and Ironwood, and then some of the other surrounding communities.
Wonderful. Now tell us, I know that there have been some issues in this community that you want to stress, some safety concerns. I know a few break-ins. What can you say to folks living in this area about that?
It's the same as every year this time of year. The Grinch is out. You know, there's a lot of Christmas cheer, but the Grinch is out, and they have hit some vehicles in this neighborhood. A lot were unlocked, so it's an easy access.
Yeah, and especially for this time of the year, like you said, people should keep their cars locked and keep all their items secured. Now, what time will you guys be out here up until?
This morning we're out from 6 until 10 o'clock, and then this evening we're going to be out here from 4 to 8.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And guys, like you heard it yourself, they will be out here from 6 to 10 o'clock this morning, and also again from 4 to 8 this evening. So a great way for one-on-one interaction to express concerns with the Bradenton Police between the community right here at Pine Brook. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you so much, Marla.
Other news now. In the wake of that fatal Amtrak crash near Seattle on Monday, we're hearing more now about some heroes who stopped and helped the injured passengers. These 3 soldiers were separately driving by in Tacoma when they saw the wreckage. All 3 ran toward the derailment and began helping. First responders rushed 19 victims to a nearby Army medical center.
And I told myself I need to go and see what I could do to help.
So this is something that we rehearsed for, and this is something that many of us have actually experienced in combat.
Today, 11 patients remain at the hospital, all expected to recover. 3 others were killed in that crash on Monday.
New details this morning in the Florida State University death investigation. Today, the county medical examiner says in testimony that 20-year-old Andrew Coffey, a fraternity pledge, died of alcohol poisoning and had a blood alcohol level of .447 at the time of the autopsy. The Leon County Grand Jury issued a 17-page order that says the investigation into Coffey's death is not yet complete. Now, 4 members of the Pi Kappa Phi and 38 pledges appeared before the grand jury yesterday. Hazing and manslaughter were also among the possible charges that the jury could be considering in that case.
One of the leaders of the state Senate, Jack Latvala of Clearwater, may face sanctions after an investigation found he likely did touch a woman inappropriately several times. This new report includes several witness accounts of sexual misconduct by the Clearwater Republican. The former federal judge who conducted the investigation will now give the Senate a recommendation that Latvala be sanctioned. The report will be taken up by the Senate Rules Committee next month. The complaint was filed by a top aide to the Senate Majority Leader. She said that Latvala inappropriately touched her in an elevator, at a private club, and other occasions as well. Now, Latvala denies all allegations and blames it on opponents to his current campaign for governor.
A Bradenton man convicted of aggravated battery will be spending many years in prison. The state's attorney's office says Manuel LeBron Jimenez shot another man over an argument back in 2016. Authorities say they discovered the suspect's DNA on bullet casings and the gun used in the crime. Last week, a Manatee County judge sentenced LeBron Jimenez to the maximum sentence allowed, 50 years in prison. And increased police security in a Charlotte County neighborhood overnight. The sheriff's office investigating a stabbing along Gibraltar Drive in Port Charlotte. 2 men suffered stab wounds and were taken to the hospital. Now, deputies say 1 person is a victim in that case. The other one is the suspect.
Manatee County's overdose rate has now dropped over 78% since the first half of this year. There was also a 75% decrease in deaths from overdoses. County officials credit the drop with increased targeting of drug dealers, not just the drug users. Investigations like Operation Hot Batch resulted in 34 drug dealers taken off the streets, or at least suspected drug dealers. Manatee County had some of the highest overdose numbers in the state the past few years. 75% less. Wow.
That's
great.
That is good news.
Progress.
Good news to hear.
It is progress. I think increasingly, though, we won't be looking at the drug dealers so much as the manufacturers.
Oh, that's next.
Yes, the step up. The step up.
It seems like that's ramping up in terms of
Yes.
lawsuits and things.
Yeah.
We are looking at, well, some pretty nice weather today after we get rid of this darn fog. Keeps coming around every morning. Real regular stuff here, it seems like. We'll talk about when it burns off and what to expect over the next several days.
Also, first alert traffic on the way as well, and time is running out to get your last-minute Christmas gifts, but some big box stores have a solution.
That's right. You want to save some last-minute money on those last-minute gifts? We're going to tell you which stores have the best deals right after the break.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for as little as $24,999. Or get all of the truck you need to get the job done with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $11,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills. Wow! Stop stains and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99. And it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now and you can double your offer. Get a second couch coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
And it's another First Alert weather morning here on the Suncoast. Jim, if you can, go ahead and zoom in on the horizon there, and let's get a better, closer picture of some of that fog in the distance. You can see in places it's thick, and you can see how patchy it is. You'd be driving along and everything is just fine, then boom, you run right into some denser fog out there. And that's going to be the situation this morning until all of that burns away. We have a dense fog advisory up for the area right now. That dense fog advisory extends along our coastal regions where we've had some sea fog develop, and it's been kind of pushed on shore, causing that dense fog advisory to be mostly coastal counties, though as the further north you head, those dense fog advisories extend into inland areas as well. That does not mean, Hardy and DeSoto, that you're out of the woods. You could still see some fog forming out there, so watch for that. Visibility, as I said, just kind of ebbs and flows depending on how the fog is kind of breathing in and out. Down around Punta Gorda earlier this morning, quarter-mile visibility. Sarasota Airport, quarter-mile visibility. Now we've got visibility over a mile in both locations, but in between those areas, you could certainly see the visibility reduced very quickly as you're driving along. So just keep that in the back of your mind for your morning commute. That dense fog advisory will be up till 9 o'clock this morning. 61-degree dew point, air temperature 62. We have a southeast wind now coming in at about 5. That southerly component to the wind going to be with us all day long. It's feeding into an area of low pressure and producing this Gulf moisture and causing it to lift and produce the rain showers that you see on our current radar image of the deep south. That means that the Atlanta airport could see some low cloudiness over the course of the next few hours, and rain showers will be moving into that location as we head into the afternoon. Could cause some airport delays, be aware of that. Also, Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte airport hubs both have rain showers coming their way. Colder air to the north producing some snow showers. A lot of the west has some snow and winter weather advisories up for some possibility of some fairly heavy snow up in the mountains there. That's a secondary low pressure area and cold front that'll be arriving probably maybe Christmas Eve, Christmas Day around here. And that one will have the colder air that'll reduce our temperatures. The frontal boundary producing the rain showers in the deep south today sags far enough south that it moves into Florida tomorrow, but it stalls out and will eventually just wash away. We get some morning fog, some afternoon sun today, warmer than average temperatures, and the frontal boundary that washes away to the north does virtually nothing to our weather. For boating today, nice, but watch out for that patchy fog out there in Gulf waters. That sea fog will linger. South wind coming in at about 10 knots, 2-foot seas, and just a light chop. Forecast calls for mild temperatures through the week. We'll look for perhaps some increasing cloudiness Sunday night. The front moving through brings some cooler temperatures Christmas Day and the chance of a brief sprinkle or shower. Things clear out, but the cooler air continues draining in next week. Back to you.
All right, here's a look at your First Alert traffic. Like John said, leave a little bit early. There is plenty of fog out there this morning in some patches. We're starting to see a few slowdowns here then. The traditional one if you're coming into Sarasota. A little slowdown coming in from Palmetto and Ellington as well. A little slowdown heading southbound on 301. If you're in north of Sarasota, it's actually not looking too bad. Just a little hitch down there on Clark Avenue, but nothing major out there. And then if we head into South County, that road is looking pretty good. Just a little slowdown again on 41 heading south. But other than that, looking pretty good out there right now. All right, it is 6:18, and who says procrastination doesn't have its rewards?
Here we go. If you've waited this long to finish your holiday shopping, you may now be in luck. Some of the best deals are rolling out now.
ABC's Lindsay Janis has the best deals you haven't missed just yet.
With just 5 full days till Christmas, it's crunch time for gift givers. That online shipping window shrinking quickly. And some of the best bargains can be found in the stores.
Brick and mortar stores are offering massive discounts just to get people into the doors.
The deepest discounts on clothing, homewares, and jewelry. This engagement ring slashed by more than $4,000 at Kohl's. This KitchenAid mixer half off at Macy's. Best Buy's Doorbuster, $200 off select MacBooks today only. Another option this week, buy online and pick up in store. Dick's Sporting Goods and Walmart offering discounts on some items.
Waiting to the last minute is good if you know exactly what you want and you know exactly where it is and you can get in and get out.
These popular AirPod headphones sold out on many sites, but we found them still available for in-store pickup at some Apple stores.
And the big discounts aren't just on holiday gifts, it's travel too. JetBlue launching a flash sale today with one-way fares as low as $39. Lindsay Janis, ABC News, New York.
Now, the one-way fares are cheap. Getting back, though, is twice as expensive.
Right, right.
They get you somehow, I'm sure. 6:19 right now. Still heading Good Morning Suncoast. A tragic bus crash in Mexico.
That's right. 2 people are confirmed dead. They were passengers on board a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. We're going to tell you where the ship left from and what happened when we come back.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance, like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
I'm Alan Cohn. Social media at work. Everyone wants to voice their opinion, but what if you post something your company disagrees with?
Tomorrow on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Keep in mind, Facebook always seems to recognize you, don't they?
Yes, they do. We've got some creepy news out there today. Facebook is actually using this new face identifying technology that is raising a little bit of controversy. Now, Facebook users will be identified just by their face. It's going to hone in. It can tell exactly who you are. And then they can use that information to message anyone who posts a photo of them and then ask that it be taken down. Now, you as a user can also formally request that Facebook itself remove that photo if you're not happy with it. Now, Facebook has actually been using the facial recognition since 2010 to suggest who should be tagged in a photo, but this new tool is aimed at preventing impersonation. You ever get the Facebook requests from people that you just know are not real? While the new tool does raise some privacy concerns, Facebook says it will not use recognition to better target advertisements in that case.
Funny story, I posed for a picture at Michael's on East in front of a mural.
Okay.
And Facebook thought one of the faces in the mural was my friend Todd.
Oh, here you go. Here you go,
said,
Todd.
Hey, Todd, Facebook thinks it's you on the mural. So Some fellow on the wall there. Hey, we're on Instagram now doing updates and Facebook as well every day, so please check that out when you get a chance. We also upload fresh content to our respective pages. Picture of Stephanie dressed identically with Jess Dowdrick yesterday, our new uniform at work, it seemed.
That is right. It's a day that ends in Y, so I dress like somebody else here around station.
2 times in 3 weeks.
2 times in 3 weeks, that is true. Well, it was a simple excursion while on a cruise that went terribly wrong. At least 12 people were killed when a tour bus went off the road in Mexico.
The passengers were from cruise ships that left from Florida. Victor Aquendo has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, authorities investigating a deadly bus crash, killing a dozen people, including 5 Americans, on their way from a cruise vacation to an adventurous excursion in Mexico.
The whole windshield was gone and the side was smashed. It had fallen sideways.
The bus loaded with tourists from 2 Royal Caribbean ships, the Celebrity Equinox and the Serenade of the Seas, was en route to the Mayan ruins about an hour from where the ships docked on the Yucatan Peninsula. Royal Caribbean telling ABC News, our hearts go out to all those involved. We are doing all we can to care for our guests, including assisting with medical care and transportation. The weather was clear, and witnesses report no other vehicles in the area. And we'll have more on this tragedy coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Just press clean and Roomba from iRobot gets to work, using 2 multi-surface brushes and power-lifting suction to grab and remove everything from fine dust to large debris. Daily dirt doesn't stand a chance. You and Roomba from iRobot, better together.
I try hard to get a great shape. This I can do easily. Benefiber Healthy Shape is a clear, taste-free, 100% natural daily fiber that's clinically proven to help me feel fuller, longer. Benefiber Healthy Shape. This I can do.
Girl, I say, if only life would lean our way. Well, you and me, we'd run away to be wherever our adventure waits.
That moment when who you're going with is more important than where you're going. Wherever life takes us, we go together. Interwoven, exclusively at Kay, Jared, and Zales.
If high-performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7, weekdays starting at 5.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, details of the new tax plan just passed overnight. We'll tell you just how it might change your paycheck.
Plus, a Venice couple charged with child abuse. He's been released. She's still behind bars. We'll have the story.
And 2 inmates have escaped from a Florida jail and are on the run this morning. We've got those stories for you and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. It is now 6:30 this morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. December 20th, a new day, but the same old story in the weather department. More fog, John Sculls.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned, things haven't changed much in our atmosphere, and so consequently we have the same situation this morning as we had yesterday morning. Well, sort of the same. The nature of the fog slightly different. We have some sea fog that has developed and kind of moved on in, so coastal areas are most affected. You can see the dense fog advisory that's issued for Sarasota, Manatee County, Charlotte County. Hardee and DeSoto not included, but I tell you what, you could still see fog there, no doubt about it. We're looking at visibilities that have kind of fluctuated throughout the morning hours. Right now, they're not too bad at a couple of the reporting stations, but in other places, the fog is much thicker. So allow that a little extra time this morning to give you some increased distance between cars, and don't forget low beam headlights. Becky in Old Mayaca reports in with 52 degrees. Richard in Northport coming in at 58 degrees. And Cooper in central Sarasota, our youngest weather watcher, coming in with 61 degrees there. Watch for a daytime high that tops out at about 80 degrees after we burn off this fog about 9-10 o'clock under mostly sunny rain-free skies. Complete forecast in a few.
All right, John, talk to you soon. Thank you. Checking the roads first off in Manatee County. The usual delays on 301 and State Road 70. Otherwise, pretty clear so far today. That, of course, will change. Look at Bee Ridge. Some problems there in both directions, east and westbound around McIntosh and Honore. And checking our final map to the South County, mostly clear at 6:32 on your Wednesday morning. And not many meetings are going on already right now at 6:32 a.m., but we did find one going on right now in Manatee County.
That's right. It's a community meeting between Bradenton Police Department and the members of the community there. Our Marla Spence is there now with the details of today's agenda. Marla?
Good morning to you, Stephanie and Ray. I'm joined by Melanie Bevan, who is the chief of police with the Bradenton Police Department, and she joins us now for on a community meeting that will be hosted right here at Pine Brook Community. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. So tell us, what is this meeting all about right here at Pine Brook?
Well, about a year ago, we started an initiative to actually hold our roll calls or read-offs that happen at every shift change out in the community. And so every month we pick a new neighborhood, a new community area, and we have all the officers report here in the morning. We invite the community to come by, and that's what we're doing.
And is there any concern or issue that's impacting specifically Pine Brook that you guys want to stress this morning as far as safety or how people can basically keep themselves safe?
Well, one of the reasons we chose Pine Brook is last week we had a rash of some vehicle burglaries to some unlocked cars, and so we haven't seen anything since. We've been saturating the area with officers, but our presence out here is just a reminder. 'Tis the season. Lock your cars, keep your presence out of sight. You don't want to provide an opportunity for somebody to ruin your Christmas. And so us being out here just gives us a visible presence for neighborhoods to stop by, ask us questions, look at some of our equipment, and really it's just nice to be out here and let everybody see us.
Yes, it is. And for those who don't know where you guys will be and what time you'll be out here, how can they come out here to ask you guys questions and also check out your equipment?
We got out here at about 6 o'clock this morning. We're going to be staying until maybe about 8:30, 8 o'clock. We'll be back this afternoon. For the people who aren't early risers, we'll be back from about 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. tonight.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Chief. And you guys, it's right here at the Pine Brook Clubhouse for those who are looking to ask the police department any questions concerning their area. They can do so from now up until 8 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Bradenton, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. Manatee County officials are concerned that they don't have enough shelter space for hurricane season. Yesterday, the county commission talked with their department heads about how the community fared during this past hurricane season. Now, officials are concerned that because of the area's expanding population, there might be a shelter deficit for future seasons. No proposals yet to the potential problem, but at least it is on the radar.
In the wake of Hurricane Maria, Secretary Ben Carson made his first trip to Puerto Rico. He's the housing secretary. He was joined by the new Homeland Security chief and other federal officials. Recovery in Puerto Rico has been slow since the hurricane hit in September as a Category 4. Though there are signs of progress in San Juan, signs of destruction still remain. The head of FEMA had this to say about the emergency response time.
Anytime FEMA is the first, the first responder and the primary responder, like we were in Puerto Rico, it's never an ideal situation.
During his visit, Carson said Puerto Rico is recovering far beyond what he had heard. He thanked the staff and officials on the ground for their efforts and pledged to continue the rebuilding.
Well, just a few hours ago, it passed. The Senate voted to approve a major overhaul of the country's tax system in many years. They passed the plan in a 51-48 vote early this morning. Now, shortly after that vote, President Trump sent a tweet saying the United States Senate just passed the biggest history tax cut and reform bill that we've seen in many years. Terrible individual mandate, Obamacare repealed. That was his tweet. Now the bill will go back to the House today for a revote where it's expected to pass once again.
We believe that this product will do two extremely important things for the country. Number one, provide middle-class tax relief, and number two, provide business changes that make us more competitive.
The $1.5 trillion tax cut plan is the first major overhaul of U.S. tax laws in more than 30 years. Both CNN.com and the New York Times websites, they both have calculators online. You can go online, plug in your salary information, and find out if you'll be seeing any different in your paycheck in the coming months. And of course, for the latest on this news, the tax overhaul, local and breaking news, you can download the updated version of our app. iPhone users, all you have to do is head to the App Store, re-download our app. Just look for WWSB or My Suncoast. Now, if you've got an Android, you are going to get that update automatically. And it is 6:37. An investigation continues over a young baby in Venice who suffered severe injuries to the head. ABC 7's Rick Adams has the details into his parents' arrest.
Lots of the Venice couple who sheriff deputies say is responsible for the severe injuries of a 2-month-old baby. 34-year-old George Gleschenko is facing a charge of aggravated child abuse, while 29-year-old Ashley Finnegan is charged with being a principal to aggravated child abuse, among other charges.
They were all in the head or skull area. Significant injuries to the head.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says the alleged abuse happened at this home on Olivia Road last week. The couple told investigators that the baby was accidentally struck in the head with a cell phone. The Sheriff's Office isn't buying it.
The man that was arrested, hasn't been truthful. So we don't know exactly what, but we do know that he caused those injuries.
We did speak with about a dozen neighbors. None of them wanted to come on camera, but they all say they are horrified and saddened by this. The baby remains in serious condition at a Venice hospital. George Gleschenko is free on bail, while his girlfriend Ashley Finnegan still remains behind bars.
We hope that, this sends a message to other residents and parents that, this is unacceptable behavior, and the Sheriff's Office will do whatever is necessary to protect the children in this community.
In Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
39 right now. A manhunt is on for 2 inmates who escaped from a prison in North Florida. Ronley Pardo and David Anderson broke out of the Washington County Jail on Sunday night. Pardo was serving a sentence on drug and lewd battery charges and also facing a new murder charge in the stabbing death of a fellow inmate. Anderson facing weapons and drug charges. The sheriff is determined to get them back.
we're doing everything we can. Like I said, we're utilizing resources from the federal level all the way down to every county around Washington County is playing a part in helping us chase down leads to bring these guys back.
So how'd they get out? Listen to this. The two chipped away at part of the wall under a cell sink. From there, they got into a maintenance room that led to the jail yard. They crawled under a bent, padlocked gate. Detectives believe the men stole a car, which was later recovered in North Carolina.
Reminds me of Escape from Alcatraz, the old Clint Eastwood movie where he did that off a wall.
Those guys are very creative in there sometimes.
Lots of time on their hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
We have some dense fog out there this morning. You'll want to watch for that as you commute to work. Allow yourself a little extra time, but some cooler weather maybe down the road.
All right, not so bad.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
All right. And coming up ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in your Suncoast First Alert traffic and...
In today's Health Smart, one hospital leads the industry in drawing blood without needles. Sign me up.
Love this.
We'll show you how they do it when we come back.
Hi folks, I'm Alan. This is Bob from Publix Aprons Cooking School. Bob, what do you got for us today, partner?
We're gonna do a little side dish here. We're gonna do a cheesy potato stack. Ooh. It's a fancy name for potatoes au gratin with no cream in it.
Very
Now, basically, this is pretty cool because you can do this in muffin tins. Okay. I'm gonna kind of do them in these little ceramic ones here.
Fantastic.
You turn them out, you put them out. Very easy. You take potatoes, it's a little mandolin if you want to slice it thin at home. And you just kind of go like this, or you can use a knife. And if you take one of our cooking classes, you can get this for 20% off, just to let you know that, 20% off. So you slice up a bunch of potatoes, whatever kind you want. And in here, in this bowl, we're gonna take some of the garlic herb butter, that Kerrygold garlic herb butter, and we're gonna put some of that in here. Nice. Then we're gonna put a little vegetable oil, okay? We are going to take all our potatoes, put those right in here. We're gonna take a little cheddar cheese, white cheddar or whatever you want. Sure. It's whatever I had in the refrigerator. Okay, and then no salt and pepper, all right? Okay. Because of the butter, this butter has a lot of salt in it. We're gonna take a little bit of parsley. Now here's the part, y'all can do what you want at home, all right? But I'm gonna show you what I do, all right? You take the muffin tins or whatever you're gonna do, spray them, make sure they can come out. And basically, on the recipe, they want you to take the potatoes.
Ooh, the French way.
Go all around like this. You see that? You see that, everybody? We're gonna do it the Italian way now, watch this. Just like that. You see? Now, we're gonna kind of go like this. No, what's gonna happen here is you're gonna take these, you can put them in the muffin tins or whatever you wanna do, and you bake them till they're done. As soon as they cool, you turn them out. Okay. Then you put them out in a platter, and they got the nice little cheese things. You can put a little Parmesan cheese on top. You can put chicken in them, whatever you want. It's a nice side dish, man.
Beautiful, Bob. That's a great dish. Well, thank you. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Aprons Simple Meals kiosk to pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients for this excellent, excellent dish. Thanks, Bob. Looks great.
Thanks, buddy.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
At Here Care Audiology, we treat you like family.
It was almost like I did not know what I was missing until I had hearing devices put in. And now I can hear so much more than I could before.
Hey, how does it sound?
Oh my goodness, it sounds so much better. I can hear so much better.
Schedule your appointment today. Call 941-219-4071.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Watch ABC7 wherever you are. Just search ABC7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC7, we're here for you wherever you are. Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Beautiful shot of dawn breaking on the Suncoast. That's absolutely a beautiful picture. Jim, if you can, go ahead and pan that camera around toward Gulf waters. There's some fog out there. A dense fog advisory is up till about 9 o'clock this morning. And as you can see in some locations, the fog is a little thicker than it is in other locations. So you could be traveling along and experience kind of an abrupt change in your visibilities as you commute. Okay, let's jump to the maps, and you can see this dense fog that's across our region. Mostly out in Gulf waters is where it's going to be a little bit thicker this morning and linger a little bit longer. But all of these advisories, they indicated here in this kind of gray color, will come down as we head into the 9 o'clock hour. After that, the fog will lift. We'll have some low-hanging clouds around that'll delay heating a little bit. The clouds will then mix away, and boom, our temperatures will start to climb. We'll get up to about 77 by 11 a.m. under rain-free skies, and then continue on through the rest of the day in the upper 70s to near 80 with no chance of rainfall today. 61 degrees the air temperature, dew point the same. 61 temperature and dew point match means high relative humidity, and so it is. 100% relative humidity out there. Southeast wind continues again today, kind of pumping in the humidity. A little bit of cloud cover and rain showers to the north of us. That's part of a frontal boundary which will be sinking southward throughout the next day or so. It will kind of hang up in North Florida and really not bring us any colder air, but later in the week we'll see a stronger front approach, actually the beginning of next week. That one has some colder air behind it. Southwest wind comes in at about 10 today for boaters, 2-foot seas and a light chop, and the extended range forecast keeps us in warm temperatures right straight into the weekend. Then that stronger front that I mentioned comes either Sunday night or Monday day, Christmas Day, with about a 20% chance of some patchy drizzle or maybe a sprinkle, and some more seasonable temperatures down into the low 70s, maybe even some upper 60s by midweek next week. Back to you.
Checking first alert traffic. Again, be aware of the fog all across the area right now. It will affect you if you head out the door anytime soon. There's a scene right now in Manatee County. A couple buildups there on 301 and State Road 70. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. Checking the top half of Sarasota County. Fruitville, westbound as you get past Cattleman and Honore. Be aware of that by Cardinal Mooney High School. Also Clark Road in the eastbound lane as you get away from Stickney Point Road. South County mostly clear at 6:48 on this Wednesday morning.
In this hour's Health Smart, it's a routine hospital procedure being made a little less painful. I'm talking about getting your blood drawn. Reporter Jocelyn Mamenta has a story from the first hospital to offer this new technique.
Joan Radin spent 3 days in the intensive care unit at Griffin Hospital. Getting blood drawn was frequent.
To tell you the truth, I have no idea, but if you saw the pictures of my arms, it was quite frequently.
This is Joan with black and blue arms.
I'm very lucky I'm not afraid of needles, and I have very good veins, so they really didn't have that much of a problem. Getting it, it was just getting in to get it.
Hey, Dave. Lucky for Joan, the hospital just started using the FDA-approved Pivo in the ICU. It draws blood from patients needle-free.
A single-use disposable technology that is a brand new procedure that allows practitioners, nurses, phlebotomists to draw blood from patients without sticking them repeatedly with needles.
CEO Eric Stone says the genesis was a simple question from a patient.
Why are you sticking me repeatedly with needles? Why don't you draw blood out of this thing?
The thing? An IV catheter, which most hospital patients already have. It's a central line for critical fluids the patient needs. Instead of a needle, a narrow syringe attached to the device is used to slowly collect the blood.
You're really taking that tube that's already in the body, that IV, and you're using it as an access point to the vessel without needing to repeatedly stick a patient with needles.
So for the chronically ill, an overall improved experience. Benefits include less pain and suffering linked with multiple blood drawings, as well as improved efficiency.
It has to do with clinical care and outcomes from hemolysis rates or rejected blood samples that require another blood test to be conducted.
Griffin got involved early on, participating in trials, listening to patients.
Patient-centered care is about human interactions.
Patrick Charmel heads up Griffin Hospital.
You don't never, as a caregiver, want your patient to be afraid of you, see you coming at them with a needle and say, please, I don't really want that.
Instead, patients like Joan Radin are embracing it with open arms.
Wow, that's very
How are you with needles?
Fine, not too bad. My
Really?
veins usually pop out. It's pretty easy.
Good for you.
How are you?
I will distract myself however I can. I will read diplomas. I will read where the file cabinet was made. Anything to not think about that needle going in my arm.
All right, good tips there, folks. We like those.
Can't look.
That's good.
Up next, your day's top news headlines and
what Oscar-winning actor recently sent this family a gift of a vintage typewriter. We'll tell you just who that was and why right after the break.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com. So many possibilities worth exploring. Manasota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Manasota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Manasota Flooring today.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance. Like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599. 800-570-7599.
It's time to take a road trip.
If you love the beach, Alabama's Gulf Coast has 32 miles of sugar white sand and turquoise water. Looking for a room with a view? We have them. Beachside and bayside. There's incredible history. Whoa! And the seafood is fresh from the Gulf. Another round of shrimp for my friends. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Season's greetings from ABC 7 News at 7.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
It is 6:54, and here are some of the top stories that we're following for you on the Suncoast today.
The Senate worked until after midnight to pass tax reform this morning. The bill now goes back to the House for some fine-tuning.
Plus, there's a battle in Tampa over that reward money in the case of the Seminole Heights murders. Homeowners who provided police with surveillance video want a piece of that $110,000 reward, saying it helped police in the case.
And some encouraging new numbers from Manatee County. The number of drug overdoses has dropped nearly 80% in the second half of the year. Law enforcement credits a new focus on taking down heroin dealers and not just users. And finally, the Peisters of Massachusetts say a documentary they saw called California Typewriter, which includes Tom Hanks and his love for old typewriters, inspired them. It said that Hanks has given typewriters to friends, so the family wrote to Tom Hanks asking for a typewriter, promising to keep it in good shape and to actually use it. Sure enough, a typewriter arrived on their doorstep, signed by Tom Hanks in its original box.
Dear Leonardo DiCaprio, could you send me a new car? We're going to see if that works.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
It's worth a try.
All right, dodge the fog out there right now. It'll burn off eventually. 6:56 right now, and enjoy your Wednesday.
All right, stick around. Good Morning America is up next.